Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second annual Crossville Sustainability Fair. We're so glad that you're here today. We've had over 50 exhibitors here, and we have had perfect weather. Through Arana Van Winkle and the Cumberland County Board of Education, we had over 625 fifth grade students come to Crossville's Sustainability Fair. You know, in Crossville, the reason that we started this is to make sure that what we have today is going to be here tomorrow. And we have wonderful teachers in Cumberland County and a wonderful director of schools, Arana Van Winkle. Arana, thank you for helping us this year, and we'd like to tell you how much we appreciate what you do for our community.
Thank you very much, JH, and I want you to know that we're not helping you, you're helping us. And hopefully we're starting another generation coming up that's going to help us take care of this world that we want our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and many other people following to be able to enjoy.
Well, thank you, Arana. And also with us today, we have Warren Nevad of the University of Tennessee's Municipal Technical Advisory Service, MTAS. Warren, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to congratulate you that Crossville's been a model city as far as green initiatives across Tennessee. The mayor's taking the lead with this Youth Sustainability Fair. He's a founding member of the Tennessee Renewable Energy and Economic Development Council. Our acronym is TREDC. Without his support and hard work as a secretary, we would never have been able to accomplish what we have so far. And I wanted to give the mayor this page from our Facebook page, our TREDC Facebook page. As you know, kids like Facebook, and that's probably the best way to communicate what you want to achieve to kids. So, Mayor, here's the Facebook page for TREDC.
Well, thank you very much, Warren. We really do appreciate that. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to know that our kids are a very, very valuable resource here in Cumberland County, and we want everybody in the Upper Cumberland area to appreciate their children as well as the teachers do in our community. And let me give you an example of one of the exhibitors that was here today. We had two light bulbs that were using energy of two different sources, and a fifth grader was asked why one was more efficient than the other. The fifth grader took a very close look at this and said, well, this one right here is burning gas, and this lamp over here is heating wire filament. And the exhibitor said, well, yes, that's correct. He said, well, what kind of gas is being burned in this one over here, young man? And he looked at the child like he thought he had put one over on him, and the child said, well, mercury vapor, of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it just goes to show you that our teachers are teaching renewable energy and what we can do to protect our environment in Crossville, Tennessee, and in Cumberland County. And my hats are off to all of you. Thank you very much.
I'm here with Daryl Cole from Daryl's Auto, and Daryl's got about the cutest little buggy here at the complex. What is it?
Well, this is a golf cart. We build these for hunting vehicles, for mowing your yard. We can put a finish mower on the back. We're also getting ready to adapt a solar panel to the roof. It's not 100% green, but it's a start. And that's what we all need to do, have a start.
So I can ride this, drive this around, and I'm being green and good to the environment.
Yes, most assuredly. No emissions, no gas smells, and they're a lot of fun to play with.
Now, Daryl, I've been told that you can pull that fire truck back there. You willing to do it?
I'm willing to try anything.
All right, let's see it.
It weighs 21,000 pounds, so we'll see what happens.
I'm here with Larry Wheaton from Tennessee Tech University, and Larry's got some really neat sustainability issues and opportunities going at Tennessee Tech. Could you share some of those with us?
Yes, be happy to, Tanya. At Tennessee Tech, our students voted in an $8 per semester fee, self-assessed. That's usually mom and dad, though, of course, we all know. But they did this to green our campus at Tennessee Tech. And this electric vehicle we have here today on display is just one of 6 that we operate on our campus. We've totaled over 17,000 miles utilizing the electric vehicles, which use no fossil fuels for propulsion. It uses an electric extension cord plugged into it at the front, and we'll show you that in just a second. But there's 0 emissions with this vehicle. You don't get any foul odors out the back end, and it's non-polluting.
And how have the students been involved with this project?
The students actually operate the vehicles that work on the campus and operate the vehicles. We utilize them for the campus police, we use them for postal service delivery, we use them for telecommunications, we have one for project management. And as our poster shows back here, we have 2 that have been utilized for shuttle service to ferry the students from the backside of the campus. We've had a lot of construction going on, closing some parking lots, and so to get from the parking where it's available to them to the campus for their classes is difficult. We've used electric vehicles that they have actually funded themselves to utilize as shuttles for that purpose.
Now, is this like a normal car? The engine's in the front, and will you show it to me?
The engine is in the front. It's not typically a normal car because it has an electric motor. In the front of the electric car is a plug-in that you use an extension cord. And at Tennessee Tech, we've gone beyond just plugging in the extension cord. We've installed 12 kW solar panels to charge the electric cars, and we'll utilize about half of that 12 kW for our 6 vehicles. And in the front of the car, we have an electric motor. This particular model has a 7 horsepower electric motor that provides the torque and the power to propel it down the street. Top speed of 25 miles per hour. It is TDOT approved. You can drive it on any of the city streets. And in some larger cities where they have mass transportation, they actually have planned communities with their own small roads, bridges over the interstate. The children can drive them. It doesn't require a driver's license. They go to school, they go to the park, church, theater, grocery store in an electric vehicle.
So the kids can no longer have an excuse for being late to class.
That's correct. And the beauty of it is it's a demonstration of cleaning up our environment, non-polluting in a planned community. And most of us, though, live in a community that's developed over time, and we've had to utilize the resources that were available to us. But if we don't save, we're going to run out of those resources. And that's part of what sustainability is all about, of making the most efficient use of our resources available to us. And the greenest KW you have is the one you don't use.
Well, Larry, we appreciate you coming up here to Crossville and sharing what you're doing at Tennessee Tech, and we hope you'll bring this buggy back up here.
Okay, thank you, Tanya.
Hi, I'm down here at a really interesting demonstration, something about 2 red lights. What does it mean?
What we want to demonstrate is the greater efficiency of the LEDs as compared to the incandescent bulbs. They use 80% less energy. Comparatively speaking, the LED ranges from 5 to 14 watts of energy as compared to 150 watts that the incandescents burn. So there's a reduction of 80% overall.
And when you talk about the number of red lights that we have here in Crossville, that gets to be pretty significant, I bet.
That is very significant, sure is.
What else is in the future for lights like this? Is this just the first step to being more green, or is there something else down the road?
We're in the process of building over the existing lights. We're probably halfway done with the system that we got. We've got 32 existing signals right now. We're probably halfway done.
Now, will the driver notice any difference when they're driving? Will it look different?
Yes, it'll be much brighter.
Excellent.
Much brighter than the incandescent. The LEDs will, yes.
And for our weather up here on the mountain, that's probably pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Most
Great.
definitely.
Well, thank you very much. This is exciting and another way that the city of Crossville is looking to save energy and make our mountain a lot greener. Crockett from the Public Works Department, and she's talking about how we can save water when we brush our teeth. And you showed a few hundred fifth graders about this?
Yeah.
What did they think, and tell me how you did it?
Well, we asked for volunteers, and we had several volunteers until they realized what they had to be doing. But we had a child stand here and a child stand here. This was the water waster, and this was the conserver. We had this child just rinse their toothbrush, turn it off, and pretend they were brushing their teeth. And this child, while they were brushing their teeth, their water was running continuously. We'd have them rinse every time, and standard, you're supposed to brush your teeth 2 minutes. So we would let them go the 2 minutes. This one would only rinse 2 times, and again, this one stayed continuously on. We've got buckets underneath that are marked by gallons, by the quarter, that show how much water they would be using. The one that turned their water off, the conserver, would use less than a cup of water in that 2 minutes. They would use probably a half a cup, some of them, depending on what force they turned it on. The one that was wasting the water used at least a gallon of water.
And if you assume they brush their teeth twice a day, maybe 3 times over a year, that's a lot of water
That's
going
2
down
to
the
3
drain.
gallons a day going down the drain.
Now, I know they like this demonstration, but I hear the Kool-Aid in the toilet bowl was their favorite.
Yeah,
Tell
it
me
was a
about
hit.
that. Let's walk over there and tell me.
I have a toilet, and I explained to them what the difference between the tank and the bowl was. And we gave each child a packet of Kool-Aid with some instructions attached and told them to be sure and ask their parents. But when they were to go home, before they went to bed, they were to pour the Kool-Aid into the tank of the toilet. And if their flapper or their seal is not working properly, when they wake up in the morning, the Kool-Aid will be in the bowl of the toilet, and they know that their toilet is leaking on
And
a
you know,
continuous basis.
half those kids are up in the middle of the night
Oh, they're
checking to see if the toilet,
loving it.
the
Loving it.
Kool-Aid
And
is there.
Of course, we had them ask, can we drink half the Kool-Aid and use the rest for the toilet?
Well, again, this is just another great way that the city of Crossville is trying to really change people's images and impressions of conserving water and being more green for our environment. So, Leah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, we've moved inside and I'm standing here with Johnny Owens with Global Green Lighting. Johnny, what have you got going on in here?
Tanya, what we've got is we've got 2 different types of lighting technology. The first is what you see above us is LED lighting. It's light emitting diodes, and basically it's a new technology that is 50 to 80% more efficient than your regular metal halide or high pressure sodium. The other that we brought up here was an induction lighting, which is also 50 to 80%, but the cost is significantly different. We bought different values of lights, and also what we've done is we brought street lights that we're going to be putting up some test lights here in Crossville. The mayor is going to do some studies on it. We're hoping to see it all over the city.
Now, can people like myself use these at home, or is this just right now for the city?
Right now, this is just commercial, industrial. We do have LED tubes that are soon to be available that will be for interior and residential use.
Now, you showed me this really cool panel here. So this is what it looks like, right? I'm going to
That's
show
correct. This is actually an LED panel. It's 30 diodes, and each diode is 1 watt per diode. They're 50 to 80% more efficient than your typical lighting sources that we've had in the past. And the good thing about it is these are worth up to 80,000 hours. Your regular lighting is about 10,000 hours.
Well, that is great. We are looking forward to seeing what happens with Johnny's lights, and hopefully next year we'll be back to talk to you about some good results.
Great. Look forward to
Thank
it.
you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Louise Gorenflow, and I work with Mayor Graham on the Crossville Sustainability Fair. And I have with me today Mark Thurman, who is with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Mark, would you explain what you do and what you're doing here today?
Well, I work with the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. I work out of our Crossville office, and I work our entire region. I work as a wildlife biologist with the agency. I work with non-game species, both terrestrial, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish. And we're here today at the Sustainability Fair to represent biodiversity. and also sustainability. I think when you look at my booth, I have things related to both hunting and then to things that you don't hunt for, some of our other fauna that live in this area. And so through the process of talking to all these kids, I became a little clear about why I was here. We're talking about sustainability, and I think when we talk about our game species like deer and turkey, you know, we can see, you know, I realized when I was in 5th grade, we didn't have deer and turkey in the numbers that we have now. And so we've managed them in a sustainable way to where you're driving down the road and you see these species. We're also working a lot on trying to maintain our other species, fauna, like bats and salamanders and fish. We have over 320 species of fish in Tennessee, and many of these, like the tangerine darter, are unique to our area and to our rivers. So I'm here today just to represent the biodiversity side of things, and hopefully the kids took that away from our table.
Thank you, Mark. We're with now Ashton Smith, who is the 8th grade agricultural teacher with the Cumberland County School System. She's here today with 3 of her students. And Ashton, can you tell us about your program and what the students are doing with you?
Okay, we have this year in Cumberland County started a new agriculture program in the elementary schools. It's now offered for some 7th, but mostly 8th grade. We have started an FFA, and these are some of my FFA children, and we are here today talking about vegetable gardening.
And what are some of the things you teach children? The students, I'm sorry.
Throughout the year, I have standard just as much as math teachers or reading teachers have. We go through the standards and we talk about the animals, we talk about plants, we talk about soil, we talk about environmental issues. We also talk about leadership, and we go through FFA history and stuff as well.
Great. And what are you demonstrating here today?
Today we're demonstrating vegetable gardening. We're talking about the how to plan a garden, how to plant a garden, some of the issues you will face while having a garden.
Thank you very much. It's very exciting, and I'm glad you are teaching. Thank you. Thank you. This is Tim Wright and James Wattenberger, and they're going to demonstrate how their insulation product is made.
First of all, thank you. What we're doing is just giving you a perspective of getting the material or getting the newspaper that would typically come into the home, and then if there's a recycling program in town, how that recycling program would then allow us as a cellulose manufacturer to repurchase that recycled material. The nice thing about this is now post-consumer. So that helps the environment, and if we don't have a recycling program, then this is going to head to the landfill and be wasted entirely. So with allowing us to repurchase that, we take that to our plant up in Michigan, and this paper shredder simulates what we would have in Michigan. And basically, putting that through a paper shredder, we're able to shred that paper down into, as James is showing us here, in more of a usable format. And then from there, we'll bring this product over, and ultimately we will add some fire retardant chemical to this as well, so that it would be ready for consumers, builders, homeowners. So it would be actually ground into a product with the fire retardant chemical already added to it. And then ultimately it's going to show up in a little white bag, similar to as you may see down here on the floor area, which maybe James can grab one. And this is how it's going to be delivered back for the sale or the production level of spraying it into an attic or blowing it into a wall cavity, new construction or existing home. But new wool processes about 50 tons of recycled paper every shift.
Wow.
So it's a lot of paper, but we're able to get it out of the landfill, rescue that, and then with James as an installing contractor of the cellulose product, they're able to give that a whole new life.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you were able to be here today.
Thank you very much.
And this is Gay Stewart, and she is the Executive Director of the Cumberland County Home Builders Association and a leader in the Crossville Sustainability Fair Planning Group. And Gay, can you tell us what you're doing here with your demonstration and your thoughts about the Crossville Sustainability Fair?
Well, I think definitely Crossville needs to be a lot more sustainable than what they are practicing at this current time, but we're seeing an upswing in that. The Home Builders Association has tried to demonstrate not only how cellulose insulation is made, but also weatherization. We lose a tremendous amount of energy through infiltration into our homes. The door here in the background actually is called the blower door. We'll come out and put that on your house, turn on the fan, and we can see where our air leaks are. So then we take some inexpensive ways to correct that and stop the infiltration. Caulking, pipe insulation. One good thing you can do is insulate your water heater. For about $10. You can insulate it, and depending on your water usage, you can save about $100 in energy cost a year. So these are little things that you can do that are inexpensive to really improve the sustainability, use less energy. And there are some great tax credits available for weatherization programs now.
There are. And so what do you think the Sustainability Fair does for our community?
Well, I think it does a number of things. First of all, it brings together like minds, those of us, the vendors that are trying to live greener and make things less disposable. It also teaches our young people, which is very important. If we start at that lower level of, say, 5th graders, 3rd graders, or whatever, then we're teaching our children what they need to do to protect the earth. And then they take that home to their parents, and when their parents aren't recycling, then they maybe will get them to recycle, or we're not buying this new. So it filters through the entire gamut of our community, and it saves time, energy, and money, and we can all use that.
Thank you, Gay.
Thank you, Louise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the City of Crossville Sustainability Fair. This fair was begun over 2 years ago. This is the 2nd annual event. We are encouraged by the wonderful attendance that we've had today with 525 students that have been here. But I want to take just a minute or two to talk to you about why the City of Crossville has a sustainability fair. You see, the most important thing that we can do to be sustainable is to teach our children and their parents what it means to be sustainable, what it means to protect the things that are very, very valuable in this community, as well as our pristine environment. You see, without our pristine environment, we wouldn't have the tourism trade and the visitor trade and the retirement trade that we have in this community. So it's very, very important. So the goals and objectives of this fair is to reduce energy cost, reduce energy consumption, and decrease the dependency on foreign oil. We've got some exhibits here today that I think would be very, very interesting to not just 5th graders that have come today, but to the adults as well. These include the solar panel exhibit, the wind turbine exhibit. We even have Merrimack canoes down here as far as recreation is concerned. We have the leading governmental entities in the protection of our environment with the United States Game and Fish, TWRA, the National Park Service. We have from all different corners of government and private enterprise as well, especially the Home Builders Association of Cumberland County. So we have a broad spectrum of over 50 exhibitors. We're excited about this day, and we hope you all have as much fun as we have in promoting it and providing it for the community. So this is J.H. Graham, the mayor of the city of Crossville, thanking you and and hoping that you'll have a wonderful day at the Sustainability Fair.